Hey everybody, what's going on? Joe Kalis coming in here from blogwithjoe.com, and today we are talking about integrating your blog site with AWeber mailing list subscription. So this is a little bit more of an advanced sort of thing. Most people wouldn't have a mailing list, third-party mailing list subscriber service, but in this case, for my business, I actually have integrated with AWeber. Um, AWeber is just one of many. There's things like MailChimp, Constant Contact, Infusionsoft. You probably know a few more, but basically it's an email service that sets up autoresponders and it maintains your email list, which is very important for delivering a message to your clients or just your fans, friends, whatever. Whoever is looking at your blog site, you want to have them subscribe to your site and maintain that information in your AWeber account or whatever email subscriber service you use, right? So here I am in the back end of my AWeber account, and I'm going to basically have to set up a new list for each site. So in this demo purpose, I'm actually using my wife's website, Heather Kalis Tales of a Supermom. So she actually needs this done, and I'm going to go through it real quick. So right here, there's an AWeber plugin, but obviously we're not there yet. In her plugin section, it's not here yet. We actually need to first set up the mailing list in the AWeber backend. So I logged into my account here, and I need to create and manage lists, just like anything else. So if you're familiar with AWeber, you're familiar with this. So I need to create a list, and it'll run through all this basic stuff. So I want to name the list something specific. So I'm going to do Heather, whoops, pulled me down here. Heather Kalis. All right, my list name is available. Good deal. This is Heather Kalis, Tales of a Supermom. It'll be from Heather. So this is basically any emails that come from this service. Once you subscribe to her website, you'll get a confirmation email and all that kind of thing. So this will be Heather at heatherkalis.com. Contact address, notifications, enter your name and email. Cool. So the cool thing about AWeber is it goes through a wizard basically helping you set up your list every time, and that's a very cool thing. So I want to click add there and just confirm that all this information is correct, and good deal. So I'm going to add this list, save settings with new list Heather Kalis. So moving on to the second thing, this is Heather Kalis, Tales of a Supermom, URL. Very simple. So obviously fill in all this stuff out for yourselves. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Get in touch, leave a comment in the videos, or just shoot me an email at joe@blogwithjoe.com. So Heather, to your success. Heather. That's a great email signature, I think. If you want to broadcast it, I actually don't want to, so I'm not going to do that. Cool. Include a web form, yep. Unsubscribe, blah, blah. I can customize all this later. Just going to save the settings there and go through here. Yep, great. Thank you for subscribing. So this is stuff you want to customize for your website specifically. I'm just flying through here just because I need to show you how to set up the plugin within WordPress to connect to this list. That's mainly my point here. So very good. So I created this. I can customize it later. When I go back to my mailing list, create and manage, it'll actually show I have Heather Kalis, Tales of a Supermom. There we go. So now that that list is created, I can go back into WordPress and go into the plugin section and find the AWeber plugin. So I'm going to go to Add New. If you have any questions, if you don't know how to add a plugin, there's actually a video. I'll leave a link to it in the notes of this video so you can click on that as well. It's all part of the website blogwithjoe.com. You can find it there as well. So I'm going to do AWeber. And install now. Okay. Activate plugin. One thing about AWeber as well I wanted to point out, when you search for it with AWeber, there's a few options that come up, and I was curious myself. There's AWeber web form plugin, AWeber integration, AWeber sign up. There's all these different things. I was wondering which one it is. I looked over here. This one on top, the AWeber web form plugin, it's actually by AWeber. This is OM4. I don't know who that guy is. So this is the one I'm going with. It has less star rating, but actually it's made by the service that I'm using, so I'm going to use it, and it's worked wonderfully. So once you go to plugins, AWeber form requires authentication. You'll get this warning at the top, and you need to update your settings. So that's probably going to ask me for the specific list that I'm going to do. So it says click here to get your authorization code. So click that. It'll open up a new window, and WordPress web form widget by AWeber wants to access and update your content. Yep. Provide your login, your password, all that kind of thing, and allow access. Success. You've authorized WordPress to use by AWeber. Blah blah blah. All you want to do is copy this long code here. So you highlight it all, copy, and go back to your blog site and paste in the confirmation code. So it's simple, copy paste. As long as your login information is correct, click make connection, and voila, there we go. So now the AWeber plugin is activated. So there's no more warning. If you go into plugins, it'll be in the list here. AWeber, good deal. And yeah, so now we want to customize it and add the specific link to that Heather Kalis list that I just made. So if you go to settings, it'll actually ask you to pull down from a list which one you want to use. So here's my Heather Kalis list from AWeber that we just created. Allow subscriptions when visitors comment, allow subscriptions when visitors register. Yep, these are all different settings. Promotional text, you can add whatever you want. And click save. Very simple. So there we go. Now we're connected. If you go to the widgets page here, it actually suggests that you can add it to your sidebar of your website, and that's actually what I'm going to do. So let me pull up heatherkalis.com. So I'm going to actually put it instead of this recent posts area. So I'm going to close these out. Good deal. So in your widgets area, here's your AWeber web form, and instead of recent posts, I'm going to put it in there. I love WordPress. It's so simple to set up the framework, and then you want to select the list. So from the pull down here, my Heather Kalis list is not there. So that's probably because I didn't complete the setup process within AWeber. So you actually need to create a form. So if you go back in AWeber, here's my list again. So let's see. I was manage and create lists. I need to, so Heather Kalis is chosen here. I need to actually create a sign up form. So go to create your first sign up form, and this is your first one for this list. I've set up many, but let's just for instance, I'm not going to go through this specifically. Let's just say I chose this Woody form. Load template and name, email, address, blah blah blah. I don't ever like these things, so I delete them. And yada yada yada. So great. You can customize this however you want. There are dozens of forms in here. You can make it look however you want. This is not the point of this video, but let's just say I'm going to save this form. I liked how that looked. Go to step 2. My web form name, so this is Heather Kalis. Basic, yep, save my form. Go to step 3. And I'm going to install my own form, right? So this gives you the option to grab a piece of code where you can put it, but with WordPress plugin, it actually allows you to just grab it and pull it into the widget. So I'm going to pull this out. I think it needs to refresh itself. So I'm back in the widgets area of WordPress. Pull this in. So I was looking at this before, and it wasn't pulling up in my list. I actually had to click off of the page, go to Dashboard, and go back into Appearance, Widgets, and then re-drag it in here. So I remove it, re-drag it in, and there it is. Heather Kalis showed up. So I just had to refresh the page, basically. Had to reacquire those settings from that list we just created, that form we just created. So once you choose Heather Kalis from the top menu, it'll actually ask you to choose a form, and Heather Kalis, that's the one we just created. You can preview it real quick here, and like we saw on this other page, it's just like that. So that's exactly what we want. Go back to your WordPress site. Heather Kalis is the list, and Heather Kalis is the form. You can actually name them something more specific, so it's not as confusing. But once you click save, it should be good. So if we go back to the website now, oops. So here we are at heatherkales.com. I'm going to refresh the site. And there we go. It showed up, right? It looks terrible, but that's because I didn't format anything. You'll have to go back according to whatever theme you're using. Obviously, my sidebar is really narrow, so I'll need to make this a little bit more narrow and probably not make it as big. Um, make these forms smaller, everything like that. So you can customize the look and feel, but that's all done in here. So when you go into when you find your list, go to sign up forms, you click edit, and this will bring you back to the WYSIWYG, editor, so you can make it a lot smaller. Obviously, this one may not be the best choice. Um, Whatever. So you can change it and go in there. That's where you need to make your changes, and then it'll be reflected on your website. Um, but once you put in your name and email, it should get sent straight to your email. So if you want to do a test run, add your name, add your email, click submit. Make sure that you get the email confirmation from that, and all as well. So between WordPress and the backend and your AWeber account, basically creating a list and then creating a form within that list and tying it in on the sidebar. That is how you actually add a AWeber email confirmation or subscription list to your website. So pretty cool, pretty simple. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments of this video or find me at blogwithjoe.com and reach out and say hey. So thanks for your time.